Hey, new hair, what's up? Even though you can't notice it, but I actually had a haircut yesterday. What's up is a culture detective here investigating your favorite movies, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review on spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring. Or in Korean, it is 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울, 그리고 봄. Hopefully, I didn't mispronounce any of that. It is a film written and directed by ki-Duk and released in the year 2003. Also, I can't speak properly because I bit my tongue yesterday, so today I'm going to slur words. I'm sorry. Also, another thing is this is quite possibly the last movie review I'll be making before returning to Hong Kong. So I am saving this movie until the very last for Hong Kong. So this film is a film about a master and a boy, a Buddhist master. I guess a Buddhist. How do I even say it? A man who is meditating, practicing Buddhism, and is living secluded in a hermit in a floating wooden platform in the middle of a lake. And then there's the boy who is a child, and throughout the entire film we see him grow up from a boy to a teenager, from a teenager to a young adult, and then to an adult, and then to an old man, essentially. And that's basically the entire film. And because the title suggests spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring, it literally suggests that this film is actually 5 parts, 5 stories: spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring. And these seasons are not within the same year. They are sprinkled over the span of many, many years as we see these characters grow old. Every single section of this film has a story in and of itself, and is sorta like that. Yeah. First of all, this movie is very quiet. It's a very quiet film. There's not a lot of dialogue, and it's also extremely beautiful. Probably one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen, visually speaking. The shots of the water, the forest, the fog, it's all amazing. It looks genuinely fantastic. And because of the quietness and the silence, and also the many shots of animals like snakes and fish and cats, I feel like I'm one with the nature when I'm watching this film, which is something that this film very much is going for because of its spiritual quality. And yeah, this film calms the soul. In several ways, this film is similar to Mushishi because Mushishi has the same effect on me while it is a very slow-paced anime, because it's quiet, because it's slow-paced, because of the nature of the trees and the soil and the worms and everything. You feel like you're one with nature and one with universe, and it really calms your soul. This film is also littered with symbolism. Again, snakes. Snakes is a constant motif in the story. Snakes pretty much appear in every single section of the story, but they all mean something. Like, for instance, in the second story, when the boy found 2 snakes making love, it triggered something in him, and now he wants to make love. Or a little bit later in the story, a snake sort of symbolizes a reincarnation of another character. I'm not going to spoil it, but snakes and many other things are very much symbolisms in this story. Every single story feels like a fable or a folk tale because of that. The first story is about animal cruelty and feeling compassion towards all life, and yeah, it sucks to see animal being abused for filmmaking. It really, really sucks, but I think the result and the message is loud and clear. It's, if you drag these animals down with stones, and then you yourself gets dragged down by a stone, then you will truly understand these animals' pain. And it's a really simple concept, but it's about compassion. It's about understanding that we're all tied together and all beings in this universe are sort of connected. Like if you feel pain, then I should feel pain too, because I need to understand everything, and I cannot cause pain to others because I don't like being treated the same way. And that's brilliant. The second story is about lust, as mentioned. A third story is about anger and death. The fourth story is basically the redemption arc. Probably my least favorite part of the movie, because there's a huge jump between the third story and the fourth story that you don't really feel that it's the same person. Also, the main actor for the fourth and fifth story is ki-Duk himself, which is very interesting. And the fifth story basically completes the film. And yeah, this is the cycle of life and death and birth and growing old and getting sick. And this is Samsara, the wheel of life, in pure cinematic form. And it is freaking brilliant. Now, one thing I would like to say is when I watched this movie, I was a little stressed out because of my life circumstances in general. You know, I have to pack because I need to leave Hong Kong, and I have a lot of things to do. I got USC coming up. So I feel like I didn't enjoy this movie to the fullest. I feel like I am holding this movie to such high expectations that when I watched it, it didn't really wow me enough or anything. But I still have to admit, this is an amazing movie. And I really wish I'd seen this on a big screen, though I highly doubt that this movie will ever show on a giant screen, because it's rather obscure compared to other Korean films. And yeah, it's not really an emotional, moving story or anything. This film is more of a spiritual meditation. There are a couple of supernatural moments that sort of breaks your suspension of disbelief, like the boat floating back from one side of the lake to the master, because the master has practiced Buddhism so much that he's gained Buddhist powers or something. Or at the end, near the end of the movie, when the boy, who is now an adult, sculpts a Buddha with ice, which is crazy. How did he do that? And I feel like moments like this are really absurd, but it's supposed to be interpreted like, you know, he practiced Buddhism and he practiced meditation, and he's so calm and he's so empty spiritually that he becomes dedicated to whatever art he's producing. Thus, he's able to create such an amazing ice sculpture. But these moments actually make the movie even more interesting for me, because there's almost a slight hint of a supernatural element, but then you never really know fully. And it's hilarious because apparently Kim Ki-Duk himself didn't even know much about Buddhism before making this film. This film is more like his idea of spirituality and what Buddhism is for him. And it's even weirder when you consider the sexual assault and rape allegations thrown against him, and some of them could be true, and this film feels even stranger. So I don't know, but if you separate the art from the artist and view this film as a Buddhist meditation on life and rebirth and death and compassion, then it is honestly a masterpiece. And I feel like later on in life, I'm going to have to come back to this film again and again and again. So right now, I'm honestly feeling a strong 9 to a 10 out of 10. Yes. So have you watched this film? Comments below, let me know. Subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.